Here we go. Hello YouTube, I'm Tim, and welcome to part 3 of my DVD and Blu-ray update. In the past 2 days, I got the rest of my Amazon DVD and Blu-ray orders. Yeah, yesterday was the last of my Amazon Prime orders that I had waiting, and then today I got a non-Amazon Prime order from a third-party seller on Amazon. So, first, show off what I got yesterday. Yesterday was a street date for the Code Red DVD and Blu-ray releases, the late 70s drive-in thriller that had been played in movie theaters back in the 70s, late 70s, and then had a VHS release. But then it had never been out on DVD, and it never had a Blu-ray. But a while back, I asked Code Red if they could license the film, but it was with somebody that wouldn't license to them at the time, so Scorpion Releasing eventually announced that they were going to put out The Fifth Floor on DVD and Blu-ray, but then they had a bit of a setback with releasing it, saying that there was a problem with the film elements. Either the film elements were incomplete or something, but then just, I don't know, 5 or 6 months ago, then Code Red really announced that they would be releasing it on both DVD and Blu-ray and distributing it through Kino Lorber, so it would be available everywhere. Well, it was out yesterday. The Fifth Floor, The Nightmare is Knowing You're Sane. This is a DVD edition, and even though it says Code Red, you can't see this too clearly on webcam. Down there, there's the little K23450 little spine number. I guess the K standing for Kino, since Kino's distributing it. It's kind of neat seeing how the DVD edition, they put it in a white case. I was expecting maybe a black colored case, or just like Kino usually does. And this film stars Diana Hall from the film Aloha, Bobby and Rose, and then John David Carson from the film Pretty Maids on a Row, and then we've got Robert Englund from A Nightmare on Elm Street movies and The Great Smoky Roadblock. See Robert Englund right there. And in this film, a young woman played by Diana Hall, Aloha, Bobby and Rose, collapses on the disco dance floor from what's revealed to be strychnine poisoning, assuming a suicide attempt. Her boyfriend, John David Carson, Pretty Maids on a Row, and her doctor have her committed to the Fifth Floor, an asylum for obviously crazy inmates, including Benny, Robert Englund, A Nightmare on Elm Street, and The Great Smoky Roadblock, and a predatory orderly, Carl Bo Hopkins, who was in Killer Elite and Mutant, and he was also in Sweet 16. The problem is that she's still sane, and her ordeal is just beginning. Also starring Anthony James from the film Texas Detour, Mel Ferrer from the film The Great Alligator, Julie Adams, who is also known as Julia Adams, from the film Creature from the Black Lagoon, and then Sharon Farrell, who was also in the film Sweet 16 with Bo Hopkins, and Patty D'Arbanville from the film Modern Problems. And it's listed as having English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing, and it's in color, approximately 90 minutes, anamorphic widescreen, 1.78 is what's listed. It's region 1 locked, and it's copyrighted in 1979 by Film Ventures International, which that was an indie film studio that doesn't exist anymore. They went out of business. They're the ones that got sued over Great White and Yeah, they got some other lawsuits against them, and I believe the film Mutant really put them out of business since that failed at the box office. And licensed exclusively from Camelot Entertainment and Multicom, so it says multicom.tv. And it's got Code Red logo with the Code Red website. And it's Region 1 locked, and it's rated R. The special features, it lists a brand new HD master, and then a brand new interview with star Bo Hopkins, but yesterday there was a review up on Mondo Digital, and they also listed that it has a couple of TV trailers for the film. But there's a longer theatrical trailer on YouTube if you want to watch it. Just type in the film The Fifth Floor from 78 or 1979, along with the theatrical trailer. It should come up. There's also a TV spot for this on that Stephen Romano Shock Festival movie trailer DVD movie trailer compilation DVD. Yeah, Stephen Romano Presents Shock Festival. It's where I first saw a TV trailer for this movie. I'm not really sure, but that looks like Alex Rocco might be in this film as well. I wanted to say that's Alex Rocco, who's that tall guy, but I don't know, because that guy looked kind of fair-skinned. And Alex Rocco, I think, is more tan. But this is pretty much available anywhere that sells Kino Lorber. And I checked Kino Lorber's mail order catalog that they sent me yesterday, and they've got this in there listed under Studio Classics. So even though it's a Code Red release, since Kino is distributing it, they're counting it as a Kino Studio Classics title. And then, of course, I usually get both a DVD and a Blu-ray. So I got the Blu-ray of The Fifth Floor, which, since it's a Blu-ray, of course, it's in the usual Blu-ray case, and lists everything about the same. It's like, since this is a Blu-ray, it's Region A locked instead of Region 1 locked. So everything else is about the same from what I can tell. Yeah, it lists the same cast on the front of it. Once the door closes here, it never opens. The fifth floor, the nightmare is knowing you're sane. And she knows she does not belong there, but she did not try to commit suicide. Somebody set her up. And then today, and the last of my orders from Amazon, non-Prime orders, one title recently put out by Shout Factory's Scream Factory and licensed from Sony, since it's Columbia Pictures title, and Sony owns the Columbia Pictures film library now. The Tingler stars Vincent Price and Judith Evelyn, Daryl Hickman, Patricia Cutts, and Pamela Lincoln and Philip Coolidge. It's a William Castle film. And from what I can tell, it seems to have all the same extras that the DVD edition had, plus a few new ones. New audio commentary with author historian Steve Hamberman, and then a new extra, I Survived the Tingler, an interview with Pamela Lincoln, New Unleashing Percepto, an interview with publicist Barry Laurie. And then everything else seems to be about the same as what was on the DVD edition that Sony put out. And it lists this as being in black and white, but there should be one scene where you see a bloody hand in color where everything else is in black and white. I'm hoping that that stayed the same, that that was carried over from the DVD and from what I had seen on Turner Classic Movies whenever this was shown on there. They showed it with that bloody hand scene that was in color. But for the most part, it's a black and white movie from 1959. It's 82 minutes, black and white, not rated, region A locked, in 1080p high definition widescreen 1.85, and master audio is Audio Mono. Columbia Pictures, a Sony company. And it lists English subtitles, but you get, seems to be a lot of extras. Frightening, this effectively paced and conceived project provides more proof of William Castle's talent as a master of entertainment TV guide. And there you see on the back there is Vincent Price with a skeleton. I'm not sure if that's a scene that's in the movie or if that's just a publicity photo that they put on the back, because I don't remember him standing up next to a skeleton and getting all scared. I remember one movie where he seems to put himself under hypnosis, where he tries to scare himself practically to death. But here's what it says on the back of the case. It looks like the case, I don't know. Yeah, it's a little bit, looks like the case is a little bit slightly either cracked or scratched, but it's, yeah, it seems to be holding together. It's in shrink wrap. Vincent Price stars as an obsessed doctor who discovers a parasitic creature which grows on the spinal cords of terrified people. If they scream, the Tingler can be destroyed. If they don't, it will sever the spinal column and kill them. He successfully isolates and removes the Tingler from a deaf-mute Judith Evelyn, who has been scared to death by her devious husband. Once captured, the Tingler escapes and runs amok in a crowded movie theater. Terror is loose, but can it be stopped? The Tingler is legendary horror director William Castle's magnum opus. After the success of House on Haunted Hill, Castle devised a new gimmick called Percepto. Participating theaters would wire seats so that random moviegoers would get a tangible electric shock during climactic moments in the film. Another novelty used to maximum effect is the short color sequence depicting blood pouring from a faucet and filling a bathtub. Castle went on to direct more cult classics like Homicidal and 13 Ghosts, and later produced the mainstream hit Rosemary's Baby. But here's the other extras that seem to be carried over from the DVD. Scream for Your Lives, William Castle and the Tingler featurette, William Castle's drive-in scream scene, original scream scene, the original 1959 theater lobby recording, theatrical trailer, and the still gallery. So, this is out from Shout Factory, Scream Factory, but there's also Indicator Films has a William Castle box set, I believe in the UK, but I don't know if that one's region free or not. I know that some of their other box sets were region free. I got this at a decent price, doing it as non-prime and going through a third-party seller, so almost 15 minutes, so I didn't really have much to show off, so I am going to do recap. Hello? So first up, yesterday in the mail from Amazon Prime and Kino Lorber, I got the Code Red release of The Fifth Floor. It's the first time out on DVD, and it's the first time out on Blu-ray, so I got the Blu-ray as well, The Fifth Floor. And then I got the Blu-ray release of the Tingler. It's a non-Amazon Prime order through a third-party seller on Amazon. So, The Fifth Floor, the DVD edition, Code Red Kino, and the Blu-ray edition, The Fifth Floor, Code Red Kino, Lorber Studio Classics, and the Shout Factory, Scream Factory Blu-ray edition of the Tingler, which is Sony Columbia Pictures title, starring Vincent Price. So let's get a little bit of close-up. That one. When the screen screams, you'll scream too if you value your life. Percepto. The newest and most startling gimmick on the screen. That's what it says there. You can't... Fortunately, I don't have anything with this newer cam that'll let me focus it any better. So it's going to be blurry. So, that's it for part 3 of my DVD and Blu-ray update for November 2018. And keep an eye out for another update video coming soon. So I'm Tim, and thanks for watching. Now you need to turn off.